Coming up, we profile a student with places to go.
And give you a closer look at Eagle sports. I'm Joe Sutton.
And I'm Lauren Griggs. Eagle 7 News starts right now.
Now, from the Mel Johnson Studios at the University of Northwestern, this is Eagle 7 News.
This week, we are excited to announce that we will be partnering with the Remnant and the UNW Athletic Department to bring you a bi-weekly sports show. Eagles Extra will cover all the university varsity sports with in-studio interviews and the on-field reporting. Keep your eyes on the UNW's Facebook and Twitter pages. We will be releasing more information via those accounts soon.
Last week, 26 UNW singers competed in the Minnesota Nats student auditions at St. John's University in Collegeville, Minnesota. 14 of the singers advanced to the semifinals on Saturday morning, and 5 of those singers advanced to the finals. Coming in second place in their divisions was Anthony Potts, Annie Tillotson, and Nathan Potts, and Grace Lugo won first place in her division. Notably, 28% of the Minnesota Nats auditions semifinalists were UNW students. Congratulations, Eagles.
Well, with presidential elections coming up next year, most of you are eligible to vote. But how can you know who to vote for? Eagle 7's Sydney Warline sat down with Dr. Kent Kaiser to get a breakdown of the current candidates and both sides of the spectrum.
It's November 2015, which means presidential elections are less than a year away. We caught up with Dr. Kent Kaiser to get a better understanding of who's running and why we should vote.
By the time I was a senior, we had a mailing list of 300 people on campus who were college Republicans. But it was really easy to be a Republican back then. It was actually the cool thing to be a Republican back then because it was the Reagan era. And so we really built it up as the chair of the college Republicans by the time I was a senior. And then I continued to be active as just a volunteer for many years on several campaigns.
Dr. Kaiser then shared a bit about who he thinks the top Republican and Democratic presidential candidates are.
As we look at it, I'd say that the top candidates right now are Donald Trump and Ben Carson and Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, and Carly Fiorina. I think those are the 5 that are really going to kind of continue to go forward for a little while longer.
With so many candidates, Dr. Kaiser explains why it's okay if your top choice is not elected.
Nobody can be bitter about losing when you've got so many candidates up for your Republican nomination.
He also talked about the Democratic candidates.
I think, it looks like Hillary Clinton's going to be the Democratic nominee, and I know, yes, many students on campus feel the burn, and like Bernie Sanders.
Dr. Kaiser also shares why he thinks Hillary Clinton is not good for the race. Hillary
Clinton might be appealing to some people, although she's also somewhat scandalous, and she brings a lot of baggage to the race. Some Republican might be able to change that around this time.
For Eagle 7 News, I'm Sydney Warline.
And now with Lizzie with the weather.
Thanks, Joe. It has been unusually warm this fall. Last year, campus was covered in snow around this time of year. Today, we are looking at a high of 44 degrees and sunny skies, and it's only going to get warmer. This weekend, Saturday and Sunday in the upper 50s with mostly sunny skies, so be sure to get outside and really enjoy that weather while you can. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we are looking at chances of rain, and it's going to be cooling down a little bit with highs in the lower 50s to upper 40s. So that's a good couple of days to go inside, catch up on your studies, go to the library, go to a coffee shop. And then Thursday, it is going to be warming up or cooling down some more and 44 degrees, but there shouldn't be any rain. Hometown weather this week is Ryan Wink from Colorado Springs, where it is a sunny day with 55 degrees. Brennan, over to you with sports.
Thanks, Lizzie. Even with the conclusion of the men's soccer season, the Eagles are still getting recognition. Matt McCann was named UMAC All-Team First Team this week, with Eric Fass and Mark Haybeck, and they were named All-Team Second Team. For the women's side, Jordan Scarron was named Offensive Player of the Year. Also winning an award was Coach Josh Pettit for the Coach of the Year. He is now the coach with the most wins in the history of Northwestern women's soccer. The Eagles currently sit at the 3rd best overall record in Northwestern history, with a record of 13-6 under him. Earning first team all-conference was 2 key defenders, in Allie Franzen and Abby Lamfers. On the gridiron, Ben Lyons was named UMAC Special Teams Player of the Week, and Ben Greena was named UMAC Defensive Player of the Week, and also named NCCAA Defensive Player of the Week. The first honor for a UNW football player this fall. Volleyball has done very well as they played in the first game of the NCAA National Tournament against UW Whitewater last night. Several team members won UMAC awards this season, with Lindsey Peterson winning UMAC Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year, with Coach Beth Wimeth selected as a UMAC Coach of the Year. Shanae Gonder and Faith Vandergalen were named to the UMAC First Team with Lindsey Peterson. Receiving honorable mentions were Jackie Foster, Lisa Holstrand, Kaylin Kilbo, and Lydia Palkert. Lizzie Jonas was named All-Sportsmanship Team, while Northwestern took home its 5th straight UMAC Team Sportsmanship Award. Congratulations on a great season, ladies. And on the hardwood, basketball is tipping off this weekend with women heading to Carleton College tomorrow at 7. The Remnant's Josh Kolodziejski talked to sophomore Amy Berkland about what it was like watching games from the sidelines last year after being injured.
Emotionally, that's probably the hardest part. I wanted to be a good teammate. I wanted to cheer my teammates on, but there's also that part of you that wishes you were the one out there playing. And so I struggled with that, but it worked out well. So.
The men tip off at home tomorrow at 3 against Gustavus. The matchup seems like it will be a good one, so head on over to Erickson, grab some nachos, and cheer on your Eagles as they start their season. That's it for sports. Back to you guys.
Few Northwestern students can say they've run a marathon, let alone several. Check out this week's Eagle feature.
Hi, I'm Alyssa. I do cross country here at Northwestern. Running at Northwestern has really opened a lot of doors for me to meet new people, especially my teammates, and build relationships with them. I joined cross country because I was really bad at volleyball. That's where it really all started. And running was about the only thing that looked promising. But then I just ultimately fell in love with it. So that was about like my freshman year, or even before that, I'd say 7th grade, 8th grade, and just continued to always just be my #1 passion. Besides running at Northwestern, I do like to compete in road races. I do 5Ks, 10Ks, a couple marathons actually this past summer, and half marathons. Those are really fun. It's really not as scary or as long and as difficult as a lot of people think. I really do feel like running can be something for anyone to get into. Find a support from people that are going to maybe run with you, because that's always the best, is to have somebody else there with you, or to just keep you accountable and ask you how you're doing on things. Although running is such a big passion about mine, and I cannot imagine what life would be without having the ability or opportunity to run, that I hope that others know that I'm more than just a runner, and that's why I can do what I do. If it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be able to run. If it wasn't for His strength and power, I would be powerless. And so first and foremost, I am a child of God, and second most, I am a runner, and everything else underneath that too.
For Eagle 7 News, I'm Kyle Granger.
The results are in. We asked you on Facebook and Twitter what your favorite thing to do online was.
And the votes have been picked. #1 was watching YouTube. Coming in second was Facebook. Watch out for our poll next week, which will be on our social media accounts later on today.
I thought that Netflix would be #1.
Yeah, so did I. It's definitely my #1.
What are you doing this weekend?
I will be PAing the men's basketball game, so make sure you guys come out, because I will be DJing/PAing. So
I'm going to the Packer game in Green Bay, so that'll be super fun. Looks like that's it for news this week. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Lauren Griggs.
And I'm Joe Sutton. Stay fly, Eagles.